Hi there, I'm Construction Gamer. In today's episode of the Mainline, we're going to be improving this junction, well, hopefully these two junctions. So we've got the line that we built in the last episode, which connects the new source of iron ore. We've got this iron ore mine, which is already up and running, and then we've got the steel mill. And when I was building this main line, I kind of had the idea that this probably should be orientated up, down, or up, down, whichever way you look at it. But instead I built it up, down, just because it was easier. But I think that was probably the wrong decision. And my original thought was probably better, because if we just bring up the lines at the minute, we've got a big conflict here. So we've got these two iron ore trains coming in, and the upbound ones, the southbound ones, have to cross 3 lines in order to get to that line. And then if we head further north, then we have, obviously it's got to do the same again. So the downline ones, the northbound trains, have to cross 4 lines before heading into the iron ore mine. So it's not very efficient. And also what I thought we'd do is set up a merry-go-round sort of system as well. I think that's the correct terminology, merry-go-round. So basically, we're still going to have top and tailed trains, but instead of the trains reversing at the steelworks, they're just going to come in, head straight back out, and then go somewhere. Yeah, but I think first things first, we're going to sort out this main line arrangement, and it's going to take some doing. I haven't worked it out completely in my head yet what I need to do, but we are going to need a little bit of grade separation, and we're going to obviously need to change the orientation. So pause the game, demolish some track. This is going to mess up all of my routes, unfortunately, but hopefully once we've finished it will be a little bit more straightforward. So I think I'm going to take it all the way back. Right, do a little bit of painting. Paintbrush doesn't really matter too much as long as it's highly visible. It doesn't matter, just signals here just for our block section marker, like so. And that just gives us a nice big block section there. So just because I need to delete all of this track here, and then I kind of need to work it out in my head what is going on. Right, so let's get that up. So currently you are 2 downs, 2 ups paired together, and we've got those tracks there. So I think what we'll do is, I want the up fast to slew over. Yeah, I probably should have pre-planned this a little bit better in my head. So let's go to buildings, track construction. We're going to build a box, and we're going to build quite a big track. So the upper track radius, which way is that working? That's the radius, that's not the angle. We just want to sharpen that angle right up. So you are the up and down fast anyway, so you're going to be coming onto there. That's fine, that's perfect. Let's get this angle stretched right out and then flip that round. So I don't know if I really want, no, don't need 2 anyway. Don't need 2 above, 1 below. That should be fine. So we've got the 2 up tracks. I don't think we want any radius on the tracks above. So what's nothing? I think that's nothing, isn't it? So there we go, we've got our up tracks. That's all good. That's the easy bit done. No, it's not. We want to change the crossing angle other way, please. That's the one, because yeah, I said I want the up and down fast to slew to the right, and yeah, and then I think the lower track radius, let's put a real severe radius on it just so I can see which is which. Oh, that's got an internal error now. It doesn't like that at all. Good. Right, track height wants to be 9 meters, because this eventually is going to be doesn't want to be that. It just wants to be high speed track with catenary. And then I'm going to tab it down a little bit, and then hopefully very shortly this should all start to make some sort of sense. Put you in there like so. Yeah, in the 4-track mainline tutorial I did do a diagram for a flat junction like this, which separates, so up, down becomes up, down, but obviously it was it wasn't very good at all. It would have been massive capacity constraint, so this is a lot better. This is probably more like you'd get in an approach to a railway station, if I'm honest, but we've got to do it here to get these tracks kind of separated out, and then let's knock all of this right back. So this will obviously, what this does is it gets rid of any major conflicts between the express passenger trains that are going to be operating on this route, but it also hopefully kind of simplifies or reduces the number of crossings that the actual freight trains are going to have to do as well. So the freight trains coming in only have to cross like one track rather than three, which is a massive saving for the freight trains as well. So we'll get rid of all of those switches, which were just horrendous. I wasn't really happy with that anyway. And yeah, it's all looking good so far. Right, so we'll get the tracking. Let's just check we have, 9 meters is high enough for the catenary to come from underneath. So that's 90 is more than faster. Well, that's 70. Right, let's try and get a little bit better. I know like the fastest freight train I've got at the minute is a class 66 or a class 70 something. Class 70 might just be a class 70, and that's got a top speed of 75. We might eventually start running electric freight trains which might have a slightly better top speed, but I think that's all good. That's quite nice, that, isn't it? That's perfect. So what we've got the up down fasts in the center, and now the up down fast slew over to the right hand side, and then that basically does that. And basically what that does is ruins all my freight trains. But not to worry, let's get rid of this horrible junction. Well, it's not a horrible junction, it just, I don't think it's particularly attractive, although it is a more modern way of doing things. So what have we got there? 50. Are we happy with 50? Probably not. 78. Let's just have that parallel with that and then run that alongside. So yeah, looking at it, this actually looks more complicated than having just a flat crossing, but I think theory goes that, well, it's not, I think, a theory, I think it's actual practice. If you have, let's just bring one of these in. Let's do some real train theory. That's novel for me. That junction, in theory, looks more straightforward, but these flat crossings, especially with the angles, are a maintenance nightmare. So they're not so popular anymore, as I understand it. So we have something like this. So that we want a bit faster, 60, 45. Right, so we have that. So we have this track here, which is a down running wrong line for a little bit, and then we'll have a switch here. Nice high speed switch. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure the source that I've kind of got this idea in my head from is pretty accurate. So yeah, that's that. Signal, can we have a signal? Yes, we can have a signal on it. One way down, and you're a down as well, and you're an up. But I don't think I want to signalize anything. I think it's the only problem when you're doing a huge junction remodeling like this on a live railway. It does mean that trains are kind of in the wrong place, which could be a little bit awkward, and that's going to be a long block section as well. But it's already looking more efficient because obviously you've only got this one conflict here, which is just a lot better. So let's, which way, where are you going? You want to get to, you want to get to flipping over there, don't you? Of course you do. Right, let's get a bit of temporary track in place. Go on, out the way. So in the last episode, this train that's just gone past was a top and tail class 60s, but it was rubbish. It just wasn't earning any money. And the wagons, the PTA wagons, I want to say, have a top speed of 100. So I've gone for class 66s either end to give us a top speed of 75, which is a little bit better. Right, so you're all very unhappy, which obviously is understandable, but not to worry for the minute. Let's just get rid of all of this and all of this. Doing it like this from the get-go would have been a lot better, but I thought I was going to do it the easy way. And if you watch that episode in which we built this junction here, which is the episode when we built the line up towards Northwich, it didn't turn out to be that easy after all, but never mind. Right, so let's get in a couple of freight lines over. Just run parallel, please, like so, and then we'll just get these hooked up as well. So it was just 3 tracks that went into 4. It's going to be a 4 track all the way along here. So far so good. Right, and then this is where things also get a little bit easier. Is this just go straight from here into, no it doesn't. Right, let's try and come at it from this end. 60, yeah, let's nice high speed turnout, making sure it's nice and attractive, or attractive-ish, it's not ugly, and yeah, that's all good. And then we want to signal on like so. Right, okie dokie, so far so good. Next thing we want to do is delete all of this track, all of this and that and that, and that switch there, and that signal, and probably these signals as well. So yeah, let's get some more track going in this direction. It's colliding with something, so yeah, let's get rid of that track there. So we've got 2 trains. We've got a coal train coming. I think the number, I was going to increase the number of platforms, but I think the number of platforms is probably sufficient. But what we're going to need is a loop. So you want to go down. Probably going to be quite a slow loop actually, and then you want to stay. It is going to be a very slow loop, isn't it? It's going to be the sharpest corner you can possibly envisage. Right, so let's tab that down 60. No, I don't want to be in a tunnel, just want to be like flat. Yeah, it's still going to be very, very slow, but I'm hoping it probably should in theory be more efficient. I hope something a bit like that. And then obviously this needs to get hooked up, so one little, no, we don't need a stubber track actually, no, actually, but what we want to do is drag that over there. 40, what's that looking like junction wise? Yeah, it's not too bad. And then get that into there, and then that, what allows us to do then is, I think I'll have, no I won't because they're rubbish. Well, they're not rubbish, but they're white. I think I'll just stick with these 2 aspects. Yeah, these like path signals at the bottom, they look quite good, you know, they're quite fitting for this setting, but for some reason they just appear white. Like that aspect just looks white for some reason, which looks rubbish. So we'll stick with the 2 aspect ones. So we'll chuck on 1 there, there, and there, like so. So that should all be more efficient. And then what that allows us to do is actually just adjust this corner ever so slightly, and then you're going to go straight onto the up. You are going to go straight onto the up. No, you're not for some reason. Right, there's no tiny bit of a track in the way, is there? Don't think so. No, you're straight on the up. Good. Right, so the only thing that leaves us to do is another junction. What does that look like? Just make sure there's no ballast overtopping or anything like that. No, that's fine. And then it just curves off like so. All this is going to have to be demolished. And then this road is going to be, this is a main connection, so I'm going to have to rebuild that. Okay, but you are a down. Right, good. And you are an up. No, you're not. You're a down. Right, so you're going to be in that sort of direction. Maybe just up a tad. What should we go for? Good bridge. That looks like it should be high enough for catenary, which it should be, and then we'll have that across there, and then hopefully all of this construction should start to make some sort of sense. Just need to get that little bit of track hooked up to that. Good. And then straight into the side of that. Good. And then this track here wants just to go straight into that, and that's very nice actually. I'm quite happy with that. Now, is that long enough for the longest train? Don't think it is. I think the longest train I've got currently operating on this is 180 meters long, which is the iron ore train hauled by 66s. Is that junction all right? Yes. And then obviously we need a junction signal on there, and that all should be good, but everything's broken still. Right, just the paths we can see. Right, so you're broken. Yeah, I'm still having an issue with the keys. When I press up and down, normally it moves me around, but obviously it's doing that, which is a little bit annoying. Let's get rid of that signal and see if it fixes everything. It hasn't. Can I press the spanner? Can't. Please let me know I've done this right. It should be fairly straightforward. So steelworks, we'll have to path you via signal to signal. All right, that's fine. Coming down here, have I got the, yeah, I've got the existing signals. That's fine. That's an easy fix. Perhaps if we remove every single signal. So what's broken? Oh right, that's just a main connection issue. That's all good. All right, I'm not bothered about that. Let's just pause the game. So this is quite a long train, and already it looks like it's like miles too long. Right, okie dokie. Just rejig this a little bit, I think. So we'll have them very slow. I mean, it shouldn't matter too much that it's slow, because we've made everything that much more efficient, and hopefully what it will mean is trains are kind of kept moving rather than having to stop. So you are, yeah, that's fine. You are an up, you're an up. That should be, yeah, that's definitely more than long enough for the big ore train that we've got. I like it, although you are trying to run wrong line. Don't do that. Right, so you want a signal there. You just want to force the train. So what I need now is that. So yeah, I've replaced a load of trains with slugs as well. So the steel trains and the lumber trains are slugs. So they've got a top speed of 80. I don't think these trains are particularly heavy anyway. It's saying I've got a power rating mediocre, so yeah, we've got a lot of slugs running around everywhere. They're just a heck of a lot cheaper to operate than the whatchamacallit, class 60s that I had them on previously. So you're a coal train. Where's that? Where am I going? Where's the big iron ore train? Right, it's only just pulled into the station. I'm just gonna have to follow this because this is the longest train on the network currently, and I just want to make sure all the block sections are obviously long enough to fit in this train. Right, okie dokie. So now he's approaching this junction here. Let's just 2 times speed. Now what we want to do is we're just watching for, let's just slow the game down, watching for the end of this train just to pass the switch there. Right, and then we want a couple of signals there, and they're the one way. And then we just want to get this again, just another signal. Another thing I'm trying to do is trying to get as many block sections as physically possible in. That just gives us the stacking capacity for the trains. I think, let's just see, if I pause the game there, this might just fit. It's not the end of the world if it fouls one of these signals anyway, because it's all like one way now anyway. So, ooh, look at that. That is just bang on. Perfect. Couldn't have planned it any better myself, could I? Right, so we'll have you on there. And then, did I put it down and up? Still can't get it, can I? After all this time, down and up. It's not the most complicated thing to have in mind, but yeah, you can just see this should be so much more efficient. What are you doing in terms of finances? I don't think this is profitable for some reason. Well, I say for some reason, I know why it's not profitable. It's because it goes around the world instead of just kind of going as straight as possible. But considering we've got 2.9 billion in the bank, I'm not really stressing about money. Let's just have a look. Double check this. Yeah, there's loads of room there for that. Wonderful. That's just so much more efficient. It's obviously efficiency is key. It's going to make sure we are just more profitable. Obviously, the better throughput of trains you can get, the more profit you're going to make. So let's just chuck this in. I know I'm doing a lot of level crossings, but it's not the end of the world, is it? Is that actually, I wonder if that road was actually used. No, it wasn't. That's fine, don't need to worry, but it was still a main connection, so we're going to have to repair it. I guess on a freight line like this is just a freight line. It's not a big issue having a level crossing, but we do need to have. Now, are there any UK gated level crossings, like electronic gated level crossings, or is this it? There's nothing wrong with them, but I would prefer my level crossings to be gated. That's all good. Now, what I didn't do though, actually, you're still waiting for a path. Don't think there's going to be enough space. Let's just buzz it in. No, this has got to clear the actual switch, hasn't it? No, we're only going to get in one block section there, which is a little bit frustrating. But it should all be more efficient. If you've got a full load, you're just shy of a full load. Just trying to make sure this is only a short journey, but it's still earning a decent profit actually. Well, no, it's not. It's earning a profit. Just want to try and maximise this, make sure it's carrying 100% of the product, but we're not running with empty carriages like we were just then. What are we doing in terms of steel? We're still not increasing this level. We are producing 400, so if this is 202, that's fine. There is another level to go, so can this potentially take coal and iron ore from 4 separate coal mines and 4 separate iron ore mines? It feels like it's something I should know after playing this game for years, but I wonder if this is going to go up a level, do we actually have to supply it with product from 4 mines? It's a good question. I think I'll leave it like that. We've ramped up production anyway, we're producing a lot more steel. Still don't think the steel train or the steel trains is earning any money. Yeah, the steel train's still losing a lot of money. But everything else, like the coal train, is making a lot of money. Even this iron ore train is making a little bit of money, actually. Let's click on one. Yeah, I think it's making a profit now, and we appear to be shipping 100% of what is being produced here, so I think that's just about perfect. That's good. That's nice when that happens, when you've got you're at the capacity of the length of the train you can have, but you're just about meeting the demand and shipping the iron ore. That's a nice feeling, and it just means we don't have to mess around with like 2 trains or anything, 2 short trains, because I hate running 2 short trains, because obviously it's just less efficient. And you're still running with an empty carriage, so you're gonna lose one. Hopefully that should be fine. Those block sections are all good. Yeah, I think I am much more happy with how this arrangement looks, and then we can carry this 2-track main line. Actually, what I haven't done quickly. Oh no, that's fine, I have. Have I? No. Is signalise this. I think what I'll do is I'll wait for him, not you, this one. Wait for you to pull in there, and then I just chuck a couple of signals on here. So you want one there, so you're an up, and you're a down. It's not complicated, it's not rocket science, and you're a, yeah, good. And then I think that train should fit in that block section there and that block section there. So excellent. That is so much more simpler, and that's not very good English, but you know what I mean. So yeah, we've done everything I set out to do in an episode, which is good, very good. Let's join this train for a trip along this new reorientated main line, which hopefully should be a lot more efficient, and it still means we've got express tracks for our express passenger trains basically. So I'm going to leave you once again with this iron ore train, but definitely worthwhile doing what we just did. But I'm going to leave it there for today. See you until next time. Bye bye.